you for coming back to my channel. This is Emily. If this is your first time, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share before you leave. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you guys so much for subscribing. We're making some progress at 1,000 subscribers, so thank you all for subscribing and keep coming back to my channel. Another series of my CEO journey. If you ever thought of starting an assisted living business, so this series or this playlist is a little bit of a guide or holding your hands on the process that I took to get my assisted living facility license. So if you in this field or if you're in a health series, will guide you so you can open up and hopefully own your own facility. So my last previous videos, if you haven't seen it yet, please go check it out. I've talked quite a few. I've done about 4 videos so far on my journey, picking up the right house, about the budgeting, or possible expenses that you through or spend while you're in this process, or the reasoning behind or my opinion about opening an assisted living. So if you haven't seen that, I'm going to post one video up over here. And so go check it out. You've thought about it, you've made a decision, you're gonna open your own facility, you've decided on that. Great. You've researched on your finances, you've researched on your finances, you've gotten your budget together like we talked about in the last video. That is checked out. You've looked for the right house, you've gotten your house, paid for it, you got the keys. Now what? So what do you do now? So this is like the next most important step that you have to do. So I'm going to go through this and get your pen and paper and let's run through this. Purchase your house. If you didn't buy it under your business name, if you bought it under your personal name for business, now you have to go and register your business. So you have to go, whether it's your LLC or a corporate or sole proprietor, whatever structure you plan on doing your business, you need to go register right away, because you don't want to be thinking of a name for your business and to go find out that somebody else already registered and is using that name. So as soon as you've decided on what name you want to use for your business, you're certain about it, go register it so no one else can use it. So you've bought a house, you have your keys, what next? Go register for your business. Go register it, get your LLC or sole proprietor or corporate, whatever structure you intend on doing business as. You need to go register, and you also need to register your trade name. Some states require a trade name, some states do not. So find out from your state what you need to do in order to register for a business. In Maryland, if you go .gov, Small Business Administrator, they have a step-by-step guide for you to register your business. You could also pay a lawyer or an accountant to do it, but again, once you're starting off, you don't have that extra money to pay somebody to do it for you. At least for me, I didn't have the extra cash, so I went on sba.gov. I went through the step-by-step process and I registered for my business and I was good to go. So once you register for your business structure, you register for your trade name, and the other step after you registered for your business name is to now go to the zoning office and get a zoning permit, because the zoning office is going to need your business name to get you or to give you the permit that you in the right zone to do whatever business, in this case assisted living, in the house. So you need to now go and apply for your zoning permit. So if you wherever state you are, again, I'm in Maryland, so all my information is based on Maryland and the process. I search on the zoning office, depending what county you are in Maryland, they'll be able to give you the office that you could go, and you could also call. Right now during COVID, you can't go in the office anymore. They don't let people in the offices. Everything is pretty much done over the phone. So if you call them and tell them that you recently bought a house and you want to convert it into an assisted living, what steps you need to take or what paperwork you need to submit to get your zoning permit, they will give you that information. You're probably going to put in the mail and mail it over to them, because you cannot go to the office right now. And one important thing that I forgot to mention in my previous video, that I talked about choosing the right house, I'm going to post it over here, but it's important that each assisted living in Maryland has to be 1,000 feet away from each other. So when you purchasing your house, make sure the house you're about to decide or make that down payment on, Google assisted living near that house, that address, and see what pops up. If there's no assisted living 1,000 feet to your house, then you're good. But if they have another assisted living within 1,000 feet of that house you're about to make a down payment on, forget it. Go look for another house, because your house will not be approved because there's already another assisted living within 1,000 feet. So that was one important information that I wasn't quite sure, I had forgotten, but you know, if you listen to that video or you watch that video, this is the correction. So the house has to be 1,000 feet away from each assisted living. So make sure you double check. If you find a house that you think this is going to work, do a Google search, make sure there's no other assisted living, you know, within 1,000 feet, you know. So once you get your zoning permit, now you need your building permit. The building permit is going to tell you based on your house how many beds you can have or you can be licensed for in that facility or in that house. You know, depending on the room sizes or how big the square footage is, they will tell you, you know, you can have this home for 4 people, this will only take 2, or this could take up to 6, or this could take up to 8 people based on the square footage of the house. So the purpose of applying for your building permit is going to tell you, you know, for this square footage you can only have this amount of licensed beds. The state can only license you for this amount of beds, so you need to have that, you know, approved before you can submit your, you know, state license. Also you will also need to get, if your home didn't have a sprinkler, most of the older homes don't have the sprinkler system installed already. Only the newer homes have the sprinklers pre-installed. So if you bought one of the older homes, then you likely don't have a sprinkler in your house, so you need to get a contractor that is able or state approved to now come in and put a sprinkler in an already built a home or house. So you need to look for a contractor. Usually the sprinkler contractor will get their own permit, so you don't have to get the permit for them. They will go get their own permit to be able to put in or install the sprinkler. And also the sprinkler contractor will also get the fire department to come in and approve the sprinkler. So this process, the fire department is going to be involved in multiple steps, but you will only have to call them for, I think, 2 steps. The other third step, whoever you contracted to install your sprinkler, the sprinkler, once he is done, the fire department or the fire marshal has to come in, inspect it, and make sure the sprinkler is up to code. In case there was a fire, is gonna, you know, function properly. Safety precautions, you know, they always have to approve each step. So your fire or your sprinkler contractor is gonna contact the fire department once they're done to come and inspect their sprinkler and say it's okay, it looks good, and your sprinkler contractor is gonna now give you the approval statement. You can now use that to go to your next step, which we're gonna talk about on the next video. But just remember, once you have the house, you need to start working on these steps, because sometimes it takes a while. It took us a while to find a contractor that was able to put in a sprinkler in an already built house. You know, there are not that many people. Most people put it in once the house is being built during the foundation step. But once the house is already built up, is not a lot of people are trained or have the knowledge to now come in and put in a sprinkler in a finished house. So that took us a while. So start working on it. As soon as you have your keys, you have your permits, you have your zoning, get on the sprinkler thing, guys. It took us a lot of money and it took us a lot of time because we needed to find something. On the step on applying for your zoning, One of the things, when you call, they're going to give you a list of things that you need to have in order to submit for your zoning approval. And one of them was getting a site plan of your house. To get a site plan of your house, of your building, facility, you need to go through an architect. And what they do is they come in and to your home or your house that you bought. To get a site plan, you need to hire an architect. You need to find one. That's another thing. Find an architect that is able to get your site plan done, and and you agree on what they do is they come into your house or your facility or potential facility. They pretty much do a drawing, pretty much a detailed drawing of your whole house. The zoning office has very specific as far as the measurement that the plan or the site plan has to be. Usually when you call a contractor or an architect that has done that before, they pretty much know exactly what the state or the zoning office needs to get your site plan. So if you call them, all you need to tell them is, I bought a house and I want to convert it into an assisted living. I'm applying for zoning and they need a site plan for my house. And if it's someone that has done it before, they'll definitely know what you're talking about. But if you call someone and you tell them that they have no idea what you're talking about, probably you shouldn't go with that person, because that would probably be the first time they're doing it, and there's the chances that it might take a lot of time and they might not get it right, because the state is very specific as to what they need and what kind of drawing and measurements that they want to get you approved. So definitely make sure whoever you hire or whichever architect you hire knows exactly what you're talking about and that they've done it before. So always double check that, make sure they've done it before, because if not, you're not going to get your zoning approved, because the drawing is not going to be accurate or it's not going to be what the state is looking for. Especially now that everything is done by mail, it's not like you could go back in the office and they'll explain it. You have to mail it to them. They're going to review it and then tell you that it wasn't correct. You got to mail it back to you. It takes about a week back and forth, so that's just delays. So make sure from the get-go, whoever you're calling has done it before and they know exactly what you're talking about. I think we're about how many minutes now? Gosh, this went too long. So this was kind of the next steps that you need to do once you have the keys to your house. Once you have those keys to your house, definitely get your business structure together, apply for your business license or business name, apply for your trading name. Once you get your name or approved, use your name, apply for your zoning permit, apply for your building permit, get the sprinkler contractor together, and get those rolling, because that takes a while. That way you can save yourself time. You're not spending a lot, because once you get those keys, the mortgage starts ticking. 1 month, 2 months, now you're paying mortgage on a house that no income is coming in, and all you're doing is spending. It's gonna take a lot of spending before you start getting the income coming in. So the goal is to reduce the amount of time you're spending and bringing up the business up to standard that you can get licensed for. All right guys, I hope this information was helpful to you. If it was, please let me know in the comment section. If you like more videos like this, please let me know in the comment section too. Thumbs up, likes. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so each time I post another video you'll be notified. And it's free guys, just click that subscribe button. It wouldn't hurt, just click it. Thank you all for watching. This is Emily, and I'll see you all on my next video.